I'm Raymond Taylor, and I'm going to show you how to build a coaching business from scratch. Hello, so let's talk about the mindset shifts that you need to close more sales. So first of all, I'm sorry to say this, but it needs to be a proactive and outbound strategy, masculine energy going out there and acquiring those sales. I know that's not what you want to hear, because you want to hear that you can hope, wish, pray and manifest and create some magic funnel that's going to bring sales to you. And there is some of that that's in play, but of course, especially when you're first starting out, there has to be a certain mindset and a certain proactiveness that enables you to take advantage of those opportunities. Even if you are generating inbound leads through funnels, you still need to convert them, right? So there is a certain amount of hard work that just needs to go into it. That's the first thing I'd like to share with you. Another thing is, I want you to explore the alternative of where that customer could be if you don't get a chance to help them. Now you're sitting there on a discovery call and they're telling you they feel stuck, they're directionless, or they lack in confidence, or their relationship with their partner's awful, or whatever it might be, and they're in a really tough situation. And you know that unless these issues get resolved, they're gonna get progressively worse, because that's what problems do, right? They get worse over time unless intervention takes place. So think to yourself, if you do not sell to that person, they're in real trouble. And it's your job and your responsibility as a coach to serve them. And that coaching process starts during the sales conversation. Because during that sales conversation, you're actually coaching them to make the first and best decision that they can make whilst working with you, which is to say yes. So remind yourself that you're not some sleazy salesperson that's there to take their money. You're somebody who's coaching and serving a client that is asking for your help, and you are giving them the vehicle and the solution to be able to do that. Another thing is to fight for the sale, right? Don't give up, because people want to see that you care enough about them in order to be able to win their business. Me personally, I like to be sold to. I want to know that that person really wants my business and actually cares. And statistically speaking, somebody is likely to buy after the 7th objection. 7 times they're going to give you an objection and they're going to give you a no before they say yes. And that's not because you're not a good coach and they don't want to work with you. It's because they have their own insecurities and doubts and fears and resistance. And they're looking for any excuse to not take that step on that journey because it's uncomfortable. Working with a coach is exciting and fun and rewarding, but it also brings the fear of the unknown and uncertainty. And, is this going to work? Am I going to return my money? And it's your responsibility, not as a coach, but as a business owner, to overcome those objections and fight for that sale. And remember what I said a minute ago, when without you, they're in real trouble and you need to fight for them. You need them to say yes in order for them to be served and to be coached and to get out of that tough position they're in and into a much better state of life and being. And for you to build your business, which you deserve, 100% deserve. Another mindset shift that you need to close more sales is just know that there is a sales cycle. It starts right at the beginning from maybe posting something on social media and then liking your post. That's the start of a relationship. Then they might drop into your DMs and ask you a question, or maybe you might drop into their DMs and say thank you for the like or the comment on my post and get to know them a little bit better. We're on a sales cycle now, right? And that will evolve and you'll help them, and then at some point you'll book a discovery call. Whether they'll book it or you'll ask them to book it, you'll be sitting in front of them on a clarity call, discovery call. You will have somebody that's basically saying, I want to work with you, but you need to persuade me. Now, not all of the time you're going to be able to close that sale over the phone, on that call, sorry. But that does not mean that that sale is gone. That needs to go into your follow-up list. Now, they say the fortune is in the follow-up, and that's because the fortune is in the follow-up. And the reason why is the sales cycle is this big, and you've got them through 9 out of 10 of those segments. And there's only one segment left, which is for them to say, do you know what? Yes. And in between the discovery call and you messaging them maybe a couple of weeks later, you don't know what else has happened in their life. You don't know if that confidence problem has become worse, or the relationship problem has become worse, or they've had enough of their job, or they're even more stressed out or more burnt out. You just don't know what position they're going to be in. And they might say, do you know what? I'm in. They're also going to know that you care about them enough to follow up and fight for their business. You're not just someone who's jumping on calls, doing a sales call, and then moving on to the next. You're like reaching out. Hey, I know that it wasn't the right time to work with you before, but I wanted to see if I could help you with anything. How's the confidence coming on? Or, how is the new career going? Or, is there anything I can help you with? In fact, I read this article and I thought of you. I thought it'd really help, so I'm going to send it across to you. Now they're going to be thinking, wow, they've done that for free. They still care about me. This person still wants to help me, even though I said no to their coaching program. Maybe I should work with them. Maybe they are the right type of person for me. And the last point I'm going to share with you today is understanding that you deserve an ROI. And that stands for return on investment. Like 100%, you've invested time, energy, and money into training to become a coach, reading books, maybe mentors, doing masterminds, building your business, all sorts of things. And that's even during your coaching journey. But prior to that, there's education that you may have done, there's other courses you may have done, and you've spent years in the university of life, time, energy, and money. And that's worth something. And that deserves to be compensated for. So when you're on a call, please do not think that you're taking people's money. What you're doing is you're giving them value in exchange for something else of value. And you happen to have a life-changing service that's coaching, and they happen to have money, which is simply a piece of paper or a digit on a screen. If you look at an English banknote, it says, I promise to pay the bearer the sum of £10. I promise to pay the bearer the sum of. It's actually an IOU. It's a receipt that you can take to the bank, a credit note. So all that person is really giving you is a digit on a screen that doesn't exist, or a piece of paper that doesn't exist. And you're giving them a life-changing opportunity to completely change the way that they think, the way that they feel, the person they are, the things that they do, the results that they get. They're always getting the better end of the deal. Because not only are you giving them that, but you're giving them your time. Now, time is the most scarce resource on the planet. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. And you are giving a small piece of your life to that person when you're coaching them over a period of 3 months. And that piece of your life is for sure worth something. So realize your worth, understand that everything you're doing is fully justified and is primarily to serve your customer. And that comes with a financial remuneration. And as long as you can understand that and feel comfortable in that and know that without you, they're in real trouble, then you're gonna be in a much better place when you're sitting there on those sales. I hope that helped.
I'm Raymond Taylor, and I'm going to show you how to build a coaching business from scratch.